Now we had another suggestion in here. Where is that? Fear of getting yourself out there and share your skills with others. Okay, yeah, that's a great one. That's a bit of a classic, I think, for so many of us, including myself. Right? A lot of tapping, a lot of inner work involved to even kind of make this kind of work visible and start putting it on YouTube and all of those different types of things. So let's explore that a little bit. And one thing that can be useful is to go ahead and imagine whatever it looks like for you to share your skills. Does that mean advertising, putting out videos, doing more grassroots like flyers, going to local places, maybe doing work on a website, promoting that? Allow yourself to just kind of connect to, okay, what does it mean? What does it look like for me specifically to put my own skills and put myself out there more? And go ahead and start tapping as you just imagine. Maybe you imagine it more in completed form. You start seeing what it would look like to actually have that website up, or to actually have that YouTube channel. People are starting to come to you, starting to make comments, starting to reach out to you for sessions, or whatever it is. And noticing any fear or doubt that comes up around that. You might give it a number. I haven't been doing that as much with EFT, but it can be a useful thing to do. If you give a SUD, S-U-D rating of how you feel on a 1 to 10, for example, the thought of putting myself out there more and taking these steps, I feel that tension, that resistance at a maybe 6, 7, whatever it might be for you out of 10. Just saying it as it comes up for me. And let's go to the side of the hand. Even though I'm feeling this fear about putting myself out there, I choose to deeply and completely accept myself anyway, right where I'm at. Even though I'm feeling this fear of putting myself out there, of being more visible, of having more exposure, and the results that might bring. I choose to deeply and completely honor myself anyway, even though I feel this fear, I feel this resistance around putting myself out there, being seen by more people, having more people know what it is that I do, what services I offer, maybe even just connecting with more people. Any fear and resistance about that, I choose to deeply and completely honor and accept myself, the fact that I feel this fear, and those parts of me that feel it might not be safe. Okay, through the points, putting myself out there, making myself more visible, sharing my skills, the particular way I'm seeing that, and the resistance it brings up. All the ways that putting myself out there could possibly create anything for me that feels unsafe. Recognizing those parts of me that feel as though if I put myself out there, making myself more vulnerable, what might I be exposing myself to? What might I be opening myself up to experiencing? That if I'm more visible versus if I'm hiding more, if less people know me or see me, there's less opportunity for those things to happen. Tuning in to what those parts of me are afraid might happen. Feeling into those potential threats, those fears. Well, yeah, if I'm out there more, if I'm sharing my skills more, this is more likely to happen. And maybe there's some truth in it. Maybe I've actually experienced it. Or maybe I can vividly imagine it. And of course, it's just logical. The more people see me, the more risk there is. The more people see me, the more opportunities there are to be judged, to be criticized, to be attacked. Whatever I'm seeing, I'm honoring the truth in it. That, yeah, if more people can see me, that risk does go up. And I want to give myself space. If this has happened in the past, to acknowledge that, to process as much as I can here in this moment, and to make a note of what could use some future clearing in case I'm noticing anything deep. And it says, yeah, if I'm more visible, that could happen again. And I also want to recognize the part of me that obviously wants more, that feels some calling to put itself out there more, that recognizes on some level I do have some skills to share. I have something of value that can benefit others. And it can benefit me. There can be a win-win here of me sharing my skills, others benefiting from that, and I can benefit from that. I might even be able to make a living doing that. Maybe even a good living. Just tuning into that desire to share my gifts. And then gently turning my attention to the part that's on guard. It says, yeah, that might not be totally safe. And welcoming that with open arms. Yes, thank you for protecting me. We're not here to get rid of the parts of us that are aware of whatever risks there might be, whatever we need to keep our eyes open about. Is it possible for these two parts of us to begin working together? I'd like to share my gifts more, and maybe we can do it in a way that's safe. I'd like to put my services out there. And maybe there are things we can do to help it reach the right audience, to help it be more clear what we're offering, to help it be better understood, what claims we're making, what claims we're not making, what's the energy we want to convey, what can help us reach the right people, and anything else that might play a role in keeping us safe and okay with the idea of sharing our gifts more. It's helping that all work together. Okay, take a nice deep breath. Checking in with that feeling of comfort level with sharing your gifts and talents with others, sharing your skills.